these guys like Altee, Tenpenny, committed to Alabama. Guys that were committed to Georgia, Stanford, some of the top programs in all of college football. And here's a guy like Colin Spencer with a single offer for the Kansas Jayhawks. He does say it will take a lot to get him away from that commitment. Here is Altee Tenpenny. First time for the running back. 4-2-1.
Here you go, come on. 10, touch line. Finish shoot. There you go, that was nice.
Got a nice little lean there. Oh, big boy, 397. Colin Spencer, you have some company.
Agility and balance with a low pad level. No slip-ups into either one of the two breaks. Very impressive. No wasted motion for Altee Tenpenny, and that's about as good as he's going to do in this event. Look at him, smooth, under control, on a straight line, doesn't deviate, doesn't round his cuts. Very impressive for the Alabama verbal commitment.
And one of those performances that ultimately, when you consider 4 events, could be enough to overcome some of the other deficiencies, perhaps, to get him that national championship.
I'm just glad we're seeing Altee Tenpenny healthy, too, after an injury-plagued junior season. Hopefully all the senior campaign.
Here's Mike Mitchell. A season ago, I wonder if there were some nervous moments there, seeing him blow up on a stage like this last night.
There we go.
Altee Tenpenny. His first throw. 44 feet on the first throw from Altee Tenpenny.
He's got to break that. Come on.
That ties the second best mark so far from Kalambai, Jason Hatcher.
More than 44 feet. Come on.
Yeah, that ball's traveling. That ball's traveling.
Michael White says 45 feet.
45 feet for Altee Tenpenny. Hey, he stepped up when he had to with the agility show. Just doesn't once again with the Powerball toss.
And he had a system, you could tell he had it all calculated, very slow, deliberate, under control, really explosive through the chest. And this is a player that's known for his lower body strength. Altee Tenpenny come out and tossing the rock.
Altee Tenpenny, his final run. Roll Tide.
Let him in. 4-4-2.
4-4-2 for the future standout running back of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Well, that's explosive speed. That's Trent Richardson-like when he came out. In fact, Altee Tenpenny and Trent Richardson built very similar in stature. I think their overall production coming out is very similar, and that's the style of running back the University of Alabama wants. Power, explosiveness, speed, the ability to push the pile.
Mike Mitchell.
Here we go.
With the final time of a 4-3-9. Are you kidding me? That is how you win a national championship. And Mike Mitchell with a sub-4 40-yard dash time with an exclamation on the Spark Rating National Championship.
Put a bow on it.
4:39 for a line.
Off this day from Mike Mitchell.
A shades of Landon Collins a year ago. Dynamic 40-yard dash time. Turned around, won the title a year ago. This time, when it comes to the Spark Rating National Championship, the best of the best is Mike Mitchell. One of the top outside linebacker prospects in the class of 2013 with a final score of 154.47. A sizable win over Altee Tenpenny, who ends up second overall. High definition TV, standard def monitors. Bateman beats the clock. Frozen roll. It's on the money to Torrey Hunter Jr. His dad had some hands too, but Pops would go to rob those home runs from center field. This time, Torrey Hunter Jr. catches that one for the touchdown, and since the opening pass of the game, we have another touchdown for Team Superbet.
That was a big-time throw by Cooper Bateman. On time, foot in front of the numbers, threading the needle on the skinny front side post. Oftentimes that front side post, from a timing standpoint, can be one of the most difficult throws to make. That was a college-level, big-time throw by the Alabama verbal commitment.
You talk about how those windows close quickly. There was a great example of how those two defenders were bearing down, and he put it right in between them.
Sojourn Shilton was there on the coverage. Torrey Hunter Jr., number 16 receiver in the ESPN 150. See if Cooper Bateman can now cap this off with a conversion for the extra point. Quick move Matthew Switzer. Oh, it was there. It was there. And hey, Tommy, there's your word. More dropsies. So Switzer cannot haul that one in, but Bateman gives Team Super Bad the lead. It's not center field, but it's the end zone. Feeling at home for Torrey Hunter Jr. and Super Bad with the lead. Ramsey, Altee, Tenpenny. Short gain on the play. What kind of running back is Tenpenny going to be for Alabama, Tom? We know the mold of a Mark Ingram. We know of a Trent Richardson. What is Tenpenny going to look like?
I think he's a blend of those guys, at least in terms of physical measurables, and then what type of style he brings to the equation. A physical, punishing runner capable of a forward lean and finishing plays. Well, that meets the identity of what Alabama wants to be on offense in the running game.
And do not fumble the football.
That's exactly right.
I mentioned rarely put the ball on the ground. So another class for the Crimson Tide that is going to challenge for the #1 overall spot. Reuben Foster is a guy that we will see this weekend as well as the #2 player in the nation. How good can this Alabama class be once we get to National Signing Day?
I mean, obviously, it could be outstanding, but we're talking about pretty much the consistent of what Nick Saban has done since he's taken over that Alabama jump out. I believe they've ever finished outside of the top 3 classes, so right now they're just kind of doing what they've been doing under Nick Saban.
Consistency. Talking to Tenpenny last night. That's the thing that he loves and so many prospects love about Nick Saban is the fiery nature that a lot of us see when we watch him on TV. He challenges those guys and pushes them to their limits. And the track record is there as well. When you are a running back, you're in the state of Arkansas, Nick Saban comes calling. I mean, having a guy like Ingram and Richardson, I mean, young guys, they know that. I mean, you were saying, Tom, they don't maybe know who Steve Spurrier is, but they know the guys that were there immediately before them.
Well, they do. And, recent history, recent success.
Delay of game. Offense. 5 yards. Lost it down.
It's become almost a badge of honor if you're going to be a tailback at Alabama, at least over the last 3 to 4 years. Those are big shoes to fill, and there's a high expectation level, and you better know what you're getting into.
That's something that we don't often think about, and a lot of recruiting fans don't dig perhaps enough deeply into when it comes to looking at the type of players at specific positions. You look at receivers, and you immediately think about a guy like Rashad Samples, electricity. You want the big gains, big plays, but also have to have guys, especially in that offense, that are going to set up blocks for that running game as well.
That's what made Julio Jones in that particular offense so special.
It's one of the things that is not mentioned often enough about Julio Jones. I don't know if Mark Ingram has that Heisman Trophy if it's not for Julio Jones blocking on the perimeter.